Alrighty, hello everybody. Hello seniors. Congratulations on your last week of school. You're almost there. My name is Ms. Sanchez and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the graduation rehearsal and your graduation ceremony, as well as a couple other details as far as end of the year things concerned. Alrighty, so by now you guys should have received a graduation letter. It was a letter that was mailed out to all of the seniors with the addresses that we have on file, containing so much information on graduation, just like in complete detail. It was addressed to your parents for them to see the details of what's going to be required for graduation of the guests and of you as well. And if you haven't already received that letter, hopefully it's coming to you soon. And if not, this PowerPoint should definitely help you out with that information as well. So first thing on the agenda is graduation rehearsal. This is going to be happening next Wednesday, June 2nd. And the graduation rehearsal times are going to match your graduation ceremony session time based on your alpha. So if you are last names A through F for the graduation ceremony and you're attending the 9 a.m. one, you are going to be attending the 8 a.m. graduation rehearsal time. If you are attending the 3 p.m. ceremony on June 5th because your last name is G through O, you will be attending the 11 a.m. rehearsal time. And then if you are attending the 7 p.m. graduation ceremony time, you will be, because you are last names P through Z, you will be at the 2 p.m. rehearsal time. Rehearsal is completely mandatory. You absolutely must be there. This is where you're going to receive your graduate wristband and your tickets. So you have to make sure that you're able to make it to the rehearsal. So a little bit of information on the graduation tickets and the wristband. So at graduation rehearsal, you are going to be receiving your graduate wristband. It is a plastic wristband that we are going to be putting on you right in that moment as soon as you get it. And you cannot take it off until graduation is over on June 5th, or at least your graduation. They are a very durable plastic and we will not put it on you super tight so you're still able to shower and go on about your business. Your wristband is going to be matching your ticket as well, the tickets that you're going to be giving your guests. And on that ticket, there's going to be a QR code next to your name, your ID, your session time, and your seat number. And that QR code is for you to scan that, and it's going to lead you over to a Google form where you are going to input the names of the 3 guests that you are going to be having at your graduation ceremony. Now, this information, you can put it in right away. However, you can only submit this one time. So I would say to wait. The deadline to submit this is going to be June 4th at 3 p.m. That is the absolute deadline in order for you to do that. So it gives you guys about a day and a half to kind of figure out who's going to be able to make it to your graduation ceremony. Make sure that you input that information no later than 3 p.m. at June 4th. We are going to have the form closed at that time, so please don't miss out. Your 3 guests are going to be the ones who have the tickets because you're already going to have your wristbands, and those tickets, the little number that it says on there, is going to match the number that you have on your wristband, meaning that they are going to be having assigned seating that is the absolute closest to where you are going to be sitting in the stadium. So kind of think about it like when you're going to like a concert or the movie theaters, how like nowadays you can reserve your ticket and you go to like a specific spot. That's exactly how it's going to be. So for example, let's say you are home side line 3. All 3 of your guests who do absolutely must sit together, all 3 of them are going to go and sit in the seats assigned for home side line 3. That way they have direct view of you. Other information about the tickets, there is only 3 tickets allowed per graduate. There are no exceptions on this. We're very, very sorry. This is a mandate given by the County of San Bernardino because of capacity. It is the only way that we would be allowed to have the graduation ceremony, so please do respect that. You will also be receiving a wristband that you have to put on as soon as you get it, and you have to keep it on, like I said earlier, until after the graduation is over. Please do not take off that wristband by any means. Do not cut it off. Do not slip it off. Please do not lose that. So what's going to happen at rehearsal? When you get to school, you're going to be entering through campus through the front of the school where the flagpoles are at, those first front gates that like the main office is right there. And pretty much you're going to be going through the motions of what you're going to be doing the same day on graduation ceremony. So at your graduation ceremony day on June 5th, you're also going to be entering the campus through the front of the school, through those front gates, through the flagpoles past the main office and through those double gates and so on. However, on graduation day, you do have to enter through Maple. On rehearsal day, you can enter wherever you want. It doesn't matter. So at check-in on rehearsal day, you're going to be having your temperature checked and you will be checked in by one of the school secretaries. They're going to make sure that you're on the list, making sure you're ready to go on track to graduate or that you are cleared to graduate. And this is where you are going to get your wristband and your tickets. Please do not lose them. Again, I'm going to say that 1,000 times because it's very important. Of course, you must wear a mask in order to come to rehearsal. So once you are checked in, you will move through campus all the way past, you'll go in through the quad, over through the PE gates, and then onto the blacktop, which is where you're going to be staged until it is time to walk into the stadium. And like I said before, you're pretty much mimicking exactly what you're going to be doing on June 5th of graduation day. So once everyone is in place and has been checked in, we're going to proceed to walk into the stadium, which will show you the route that you're going to take on graduation day. So once we get down to the stadium, you're going to line up on markers that will act in the place of chairs because they will not be there yet. We will then go over what the ceremony is going to look like, kind of like the order of things. And then after the rehearsal is over, you will have the choice to either join us at the senior picnic or you may go home, which leads me over to my next exciting announcement. If you haven't already heard, we are going to be having a senior picnic, which we are so excited about that we're allowed to do this. Unfortunately, it is going to be a little bit short, but that is all the time that we have really. So what we're going to be doing is after each rehearsal is over, so like let's say you are in the second rehearsal. After your rehearsal is over, you start around 11, let's say you finish around 11 or 12:30-ish, you're going to have about a 30-minute period in which you guys will be allowed to go into the quad of school. We're going to have music, balloons, and we will be providing you guys lunch from Chick-fil-A and of course water to drink, and we'll have tables socially distanced set up for you guys to hang out, kind of enjoy your lunch, talk to your friends, see some of the people you haven't seen in a long time before the next rehearsal group comes in. So it is going to be only about a 30-minute window. Once the 30 minutes is up, you are going to see safety start to direct you to go ahead and leave the campus. And from there, you guys will have to leave campus and then go home in order for us to have enough time to make sure we can sanitize everything before the next group comes in. One thing I did want to say about the senior picnics, you can only go to the senior picnic that corresponds to your rehearsal time. So you cannot, if you are a morning 8 a.m. rehearsal time student, you cannot go to the senior picnic for the 11 a.m. or the 2 p.m. If you are a 2 p.m. senior picnic, you cannot go to rehearsal for 11, for 8. You guys kind of get the gist there. Again, these picnics are completely optional and you are more than welcome to leave at any time after your rehearsal time. If you kind of just want to grab food and then go home, you can do that as well. If you don't want to eat at all and you just want to leave right after, that's also fine too. Alrighty, so here is a map of the route that you are going to be taking on graduation day. You'll also be doing this on rehearsal, just a little bit modified. So like I said, on graduation rehearsal day, I hope you guys can see my mouse here. You can enter the school whichever way you want. But on actual graduation ceremony day, so on June 5th, Saturday, you all have to enter through Maple. Every single person, graduates, staff members, parents, family, guests, anybody who is going to be at Carter High School on this day has to enter through Maple. Linden is going to be completely blocked off. You will not be able to enter the school through Linden on Saturday, June 5th. So you will enter through Maple. You will go all the way here through the baseball gates. Go here, pass through the back of the school. You'll pass the NPR, and of course, there's going to be safety there guiding everybody to kind of help show you guys the route. You will go down this way, passing kind of through the side of the theater. And where you're going to be dropped off on graduation day is over, if you guys are familiar with the campus. On kind of like the side of the theater, there's an area that literally says student drop off. It kind of has like a little entrance loop right here. And then there's like another road here. So you guys are going to be dropped off there. And then you will walk over here through the check-in area right here. So real quick, let me pause. If you are going to be driving yourself to graduation on June 5th, rehearsal is a different story because like we said, rehearsal, you can park wherever, you can come into the school whenever. But on June 5th, Saturday, June 5th, graduation day, if you're going to be driving yourself to campus, you are going to still have to come over here. You will be guided by safety, and you'll have to park over here in the general parking area, depending on what side you're sitting on. This is where your family, your guests, your friends, whoever are coming to watch you at graduation, this is where everybody has to park. All the rest of these areas are going to be blocked off for staff members working, and you're not going to be able to park there. So you'll still have to come all the way down here, park here, and then you'll have to walk yourself all the way back this way, and you'll have to enter the school for check-in right here. If you happen to drive yourself and you park over here, you cannot enter the school through any other way except through the front gates because you have to be checked in. Hopefully that made it a little bit clear. Alrighty, so once you get dropped off here or you walk over to the front of the school, you will walk in through here. Here's the check-in area that I was talking about. On rehearsal day, like I said, it's just temperature and you receiving your tickets. And then you're going to go on. On graduation day, you're going to see myself most likely with another safety officer at the very front right here. And we're going to be making sure that you have your cap and your gown on, and that, you know, whatever sashes and cords you have that were given to you by us, that you have those on as well, that you don't have any prohibited items on, which I'll go over in a little bit, just to make sure that you look good for graduation and stuff like that. So they are going to search you and stuff. So after that, you'll pass in through the gates and you'll meet at the table where you get your stuff on actual graduation day, because you'll already have your wristband on and the tickets as well. It's just checking you off to make sure that you were here at graduation, super quick. And then we will be giving you a Carter mask as a little gift to you guys. So you do come to graduation with your own mask, and then once you get there on Saturday, we'll give you guys a really cool Carter mask for you to wear during the ceremony. And then of course you guys can keep it. So after that, here's the path that I was talking about. Check-ins right here. You go through around the quad this way. This is passing the main office. You're passing like past those stairs that go up into that little area. You're passing the career center. You're passing the student store. You're also passing the lunch lines. You're going, and then you're entering through the PE gates over this way, going past the first set of basketball courts all the way over to these back basketball courts in this area. So the reason we're all the way over here is so that everybody can fit. There will be two lines. They're going to correspond to whether you're on the home side or the visitor side. And you guys will see that there are numbers going all the way down in two lines. So it's pretty much whatever number you are. If you are H29, you're going to find H29 on the blacktop, and you're going to go and you're going to stand there on H29. If you are V4, if you're visitor 4, you're going to find your number V4 and you're going to go and stand in that area. And this is going to be the holding area. Meanwhile, everybody files in, gets checked in, gets to school for both rehearsal day and for graduation day. So one difference you're going to notice on rehearsal day versus graduation day is not all of the line leaders will be there. It'll be probably just a couple of them, a fewer, maybe none, I don't know, we'll see about that later. But on graduation day, on Saturday, when you arrive over to this area on the back blacktops in front of the, I think it's like the JV baseball fields or softball fields, you will see all of your teachers there who have signed up to be a line leader, and they will already be waiting with their corresponding line. So they're going to be the ones that guide you guys down into the stadium. So then moving on from there, like I talked about, once everybody's checked in, we're going to practice the route of going down onto the field, which is through this ramp that is right here. It's over. You can kind of see it's on the opposite end of the field in the direction of the home side snack bar, in case you guys are trying to get a visual, because I know this is kind of small. So you'll walk down that ramp together. Both lines will walk that way. You'll still be in kind of like a one type of a line together. And then there's going to be the giant blow up Carter line is going to be right there. And you guys are, both of the lines are going to walk through that. Rehearsal day, it won't be set up, but on graduation day, it will. You'll walk through the lion, and then you guys are going to split in two, and you're going to walk on your corresponding sides. So if you are on the home side, you're going to split over to the left, and you're going to walk across and over the track. That way on graduation day, your family members can see you up close. You're going to wrap around and then go in past the stage, and the rows are going to be filled from back all the way to front. If you're in the visitor, same thing. You'll split over to the right, walk over, on the track, past the stage, and then fill in from the back all the way to the front. And that is pretty much what we're gonna do on rehearsal day and then on graduation day. Once everybody is positioned on actual rehearsal day, there's not gonna be any chairs yet because they won't be delivered yet, but there will be little cones to kind of show where you're supposed to stand. Once we get everybody there positioned, we're kind of going to go over, like I said earlier, what the ceremony is going to look like. And then once we're all done with that, we're going to show you guys what the exit route is. So pretty much you're going to leave exactly the way that you came in. You guys will be dismissed from back to front. Your line leaders are going to be the ones to dismiss you. Walk up this way, past the stage, onto the track again. If you're on the home side, you exit over here through that same ramp and then onto the parking lot. And then if you're on the visitor side, you exit over back this way onto the parking lot over here. On rehearsal day, we're gonna have these gates open for you guys to go back into the school so we can hang out in the quad. And then on graduation day, obviously that'll be blocked off and you guys will go straight onto the parking lot. So the reason that that is happening is because your family members, after you guys exit onto the parking lot, everybody else who's in the stands will then be released and they're all going to exit straight onto the parking lot. So pretty much you're going to meet up with all of your guests over in this area. There's going to be no way to enter back this way at all or any other direction except onto the parking lot. And yeah, that's about it. One more thing I wanted to mention is depending on where you're parked, we're going to try our best to kind of park people where their guests or where their graduate is seated. So the home side and the visitor side, it won't be mandatory, but we're just gonna whoever fits, And then when it comes time to leaving, if you are on the home side, you are going to exit Linden over to the left and you'll have to leave that street over to the left side. And then if you're on the visitor side, you will exit onto Linden over to the right side. The middle area of Linden right here is going to be completely blocked off. It will not be open at all. So if you're on the visitor side and you're trying to turn left, you will not be able to do that. If you're on the home side and you're trying to turn right, you can't do that either. This is just to make sure that traffic flow stays moving and there's no mashes up or anything like that. Alrighty, so graduation day, Saturday, June 5th, 2021. The first session is at 9 a.m. You guys can see the alpha breakdown again over here. Session 1 is A through F. Student check-in is an hour before the ceremony starts, and it cuts off 15 minutes before the ceremony begins. Please, please, please do not be late, you guys. Please do not. It will throw everything off. The doors are going to close 15 minutes before the ceremony starts. So you guys can come as soon as 8 a.m. and the latest you guys can show up is 8:45 if you have the 9 a.m. time. If you are coming at 3 p.m., you can start coming as soon as 2 p.m. and the latest you can come is 2:45. If you have the 7 p.m. time, the earliest you can be there is 6 p.m. and the latest is 6:45 p.m. These are absolute concrete times. They will not change and there will not be any exception. So please, please, please be on time. Alrighty. And then session 2, 3 o'clock. If you're G2O, you will have 3 o'clock. And if you have last names P through Z, you will be at the 7 p.m. graduation. Alrighty, so graduation day procedures are going to be pretty similar for the most part to rehearsal day. It's going to be the same thing, checking your temperature, checking your name off, making sure that you're there. Like I talked about when I was walking you guys through the map, I will be there to make sure that you guys are properly dressed with the safety. and that you don't have any of the prohibited items, which I'll go over in a little bit. Pretty much the only thing that you're able to bring with you is your cell phone. That's it. After you're checked in, you will proceed over to the graduate holding area where you will see the line leader / teachers. You will find your number on your wristband. That's on the black top, like I talked about earlier, and you're going to go stand there until it's time to walk. When it is ceremony time, you will follow the line leaders down to the stadium, over to your seats, and then after it's over, you're going to follow your line leaders back out of the stadium and onto the parking lot. So what can you wear and what can you bring to graduation? So you have to be already dressed and ready to go when you walk through those flagpoles and the front gates. You have to have your cap on, you have to have your gown on, you need to have your wristband on. It is mandatory for you to have your wristband on. If you do not have your wristband on, you will not be allowed in. And you can only wear school issued academic regalia, meaning like gown, sashes and cords, which I'll go over in a second. As you guys know, we are allowing you guys to decorate your graduation caps as long as you follow the district's guidelines. Guidelines will be posted at the end of this presentation, if for any reason your cap is deemed inappropriate, administration reserves the right to have a student wear a plain cap if they decide that what you have on your cap is not okay. Of course, you can get your cap back at the end of ceremony if that ends up happening, and then you cannot wear any leis before the ceremony begins. You can get them after your graduation, of course, that's fine, but not before. So graduates should not bring any purses, flowers, beach balls, noisemakers, or any other items that require carrying to the staging area. Carter High School safety officers reserve the right to conduct a search of students if deemed necessary. And then due to state guidelines, students must arrive to campus with a mask. This goes for both rehearsal and ceremony day. We will be gifting you a CHS mask to wear for the entirety of the commencement ceremony. So graduation regalia, this is what I was talking about in the previous slide. Graduation is a formal event, so you should dress to fit that, dress nice, show up and show out. I know it's been a while, kind of forgot how to get ready, but you guys will look amazing. Ladies, gentlemen, everybody, please no shoes or stiletto heels, those super pointy heels, that's like just like a one solid stick, that will tear the turf are allowed. If you roll up to graduation and you are wearing those pointy heels, you will be rejected and be told to go change into a different pair of shoes because those will severely damage the turf on the field and we will get in lots of trouble for that. Wedges and those block heels, like chunky heels, I know that those are the trend right now. Those are okay. You can wear that. Keep in mind though, however, there's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of walking. Think about it. You're going to be dropped off at the front of the school and you have to walk all the way through the campus, through the quad, around past the PE gates, over to the back blacktops, and then all the way down to the stadium. There are ramps that you're going down and ramps that you're going up. So please keep that in mind. Wear some nice, comfortable shoes. I promise you will thank yourself if you do so. And you guys are going to check out the route on rehearsal day so you guys can kind of see what you're working with. So all sashes and cords that you wear must have been given to you by an approved Carter organization. The allowed sashes and cords are any and all honor cords that you received from school. So like the white ones, the gold ones, and the blue ones based on your GPA. These are the approved sashes that people are allowed to wear: ASB sashes, AVID sashes, art sashes, Alpha Scholars, NHS, speech and debate, FCCLA, and then the National Black Grad sashes are allowed as well. These are the only sashes and cords you guys can wear. If you're wearing anything else that is not on this list, you will be asked to take it off and go and take it to your car. So some information for your guests. Like I said at the beginning of the presentation, this was in the letter that was sent home. I'm just going to be repeating it in case you guys have not yet received the letter or you don't get it at all. It'll be on here. So the gates for your guests to enter the stadium are going to open an hour before each ceremony time. We will not be opening any earlier than that. So if you have a 9 a.m. ceremony, the earliest the gates are going to open for guests to enter is going to be 8 a.m. We will not open it at 7:30, 7:45, 7:50. No. If you're at the 3 p.m., 2 o'clock is the earliest. If you're at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. is the earliest. We will not be allowing any strollers, signs, wrapped gifts, helium balloons, outside food. Water is okay. noisemakers of any kind, such as horns, into the stadium. These are the same protocols that are used at the Toyota Arena when the graduations are there. So please follow them. Make sure you tell your guests to leave all of these items in the car or present them to you after the ceremony. I get it that they're excited and they want to show off, but we really cannot have these things at graduation. The reason being is that they block the visibility of others, or the noise from the large noisemakers end up preventing other guests from hearing their graduate's name be called, and that's not nice. So we can't be doing that. Graduation students will not be accessible to parents or guests until after the recessional, where parents and families may meet their graduates in the parking lot. Meaning, once you are dropped off at school on graduation day, whether you drove yourself or you got dropped off, as soon as you enter those gates, your parents, your guests, whoever will not have access to you until the graduation is over and you go onto the parking lot. You will not be able to meet them anywhere. They will not be able to see you. None of that, okay? Keep that in mind. Carter High School safety officers reserve the right to conduct a search of your belongings prior to entering our facility. This goes for your guests as well. All 3 guests attending must sit together in designated assigned seating section. Parents and guests will not be permitted near the graduate assembly area or on the field at any time. Make sure you take your pictures in cap and gown before leaving home. Also, please note that a professional photography company will be taking pictures of you while you are on stage. And this company is pretty much going to be Life Touch. They're going to be sending these picture proofs over to you. They'll collect your information on graduation day so that they can access you in case you want to buy any of these. And then we are also working to live stream the event on YouTube Live for the rest of your family members and loved ones to watch it, for those who were not able to make it to the ceremony. Alrighty, so some extra information. That's pretty much it for actual graduation rehearsal and graduation day. Up next after that is on Tuesday, June 8th from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We are going to be having diploma and yearbook pickup. It's going to be taking place in the stadium parking lot. Only listen to my voice. Only you, the student, can pick up your diploma. Meaning, if I, Miss Sanchez, graduated from Carter High School, I am the only one who can come and pick up my diploma, and I will have to show either a school ID or a state ID, like government issued ID of some sort. It could be a license, it could be an ID, it could be a passport, whatever, school ID, anything's fine. As long as it has a picture of you and your name on it. You cannot have a family member, a friend, or whoever pick up your diploma or your yearbook. That is not allowed. If you're not able to make it to pick up your diploma or your yearbook on this day, you're going to have to get it from the front office during summer school hours. And as well, you're still going to need to have an ID to confirm your identity. So your yearbooks are also going to be given out this day, and you're going to get them when you get your diploma. And then also, if you owe any fines, or you haven't turned in your textbook to the school, we will have the school budget clerk there for you to pay them, and they only accept cash. And then lastly, some extra information is we are going to be doing a little special surprise before all of the ceremonies begin, in which we are asking if you guys would like to participate, to submit a video, a short video, only like 30 seconds, thanking your loved ones, families, friends, staff, teachers, whoever, for your high school experience. It can be super short. I'll give you guys an example of what I would say if I did this. I actually did do this when I graduated high school. Just super quick, I would be like, hey, mom, dad, sister, it's Miss Sanchez. I'm here to say thank you so much for always supporting me through my high school experience. You guys were always there for me. You always took me to, I don't know, ASB events late at night, even though you didn't want to. So thank you for doing that. Shout out to all my besties, because you guys made me laugh every single day. I couldn't have done this without you. Shout out to my favorite teacher, so-and-so. You're the best. Super short and sweet. And then you submit that. And what we're going to do with all of these videos is we're going to put them all together into like one giant video. And we're going to have them playing on loop as the guests are coming in, which is going to be really sweet, because like, let's say your family members are kind of filing in and they're sitting down, they're just minding their business. And then they suddenly hear, hey, so-and-so, I'm blah, blah, blah. And they're like, wait, I know that kid. And they look up and they're seeing you say thank you. And it'll just be a really nice gesture. So aside from that, we're also going to be having a senior slideshow video situation, where you guys can submit any pictures of your time at Carter, from your freshman year until your senior year. It can be you on campus, off campus, just of you or your friends, whoever, playing sports, at one of your plays, at a speech and debate tournament, an art contest, etc., whatever, a concert. Whatever you want to do, you guys can submit that, of course, being appropriate. And then we will also put those all together and be showing them at graduation before and after. So I've linked them here just to show you guys what they look like. I'll go back to them in just a second, just because it's going to exit me out. But let me go over the rest of the stuff and then we'll be almost done. So these are the graduation cap guidelines. Things that are deemed appropriate would be to thank your family, friends, your teacher, to recognize the school you're going to be attending next year or the career you're going to be pursuing, a branch of the military that you're going to be joining. If you want to just do something funny like, oh my God, it's finally over, something like that, that's all okay too. Things that are not appropriate would be references to drugs, alcohol, weapons, gangs, or illegal activities, or any obscene or vulgar pictures or language. Do not do it. We will take your cap. We'll give you a plain one, and you're going to be sad for all the hours you put in decorating it. Don't do it, I promise. Alrighty, and then let me go ahead and show you guys what these links look like real quick. And these are both going to be emailed out to you. I believe I've already sent them out, but I'm going to send them again. Here's the one for the graduation shout out videos. It's in English and in Spanish. Just put your first and last name. You click here to add the file. Personally, I think it's easiest to do this from your phone. So record it on your phone, whatever you're going to say, and then go on your phone and find the Google form and then upload it that way. I think that's just the easiest way to do it. And then the pictures one looks like this. So it just says, please submit any pictures from your time at Carter to this form. You could submit up to 5 of them. That is the max allowed. You would just add it here. Oop, that's my view. Put your name and then add file here. Like I said, I think it's still the easiest to do it from your phone. Just click on your camera roll, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. Or if you want to just 1, 2, 3, or 4, that's fine too. Submit them, submit the form, and you're all done. So yeah, and then lastly, last thing I was going to let you guys all know is for more information on graduation, please, please, please pay attention to your Rialto USD email, your Gmail. We send lots of information there. Sign up for the text reminders. You can do that if you go to the Carter High School website. It'll show you how to do it there. Or you can follow us on the ASB Instagram at Carter Lions ASB, or just check the school website or call. There should be no reason for why you guys do not have any information on graduation. Alrighty, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching this. I know it was lengthy. If you made it to the end of the video, you're awesome. And we can't wait to see you guys next week. Good luck on your finals, guys. Bye.